Greetings. I'm Uma Karki from Tuskegee University Cooperative Extension. In this video presentation, I would like to walk you through today, create the web soil survey map for your pasture land, pasture area, and to understand it and utilize the information that you get from the map for developing pasture, suitable pasture. Okay. And this is one of the very first session that we have developed in a series for sustainable around pasture and grazing training sessions. So before I show you creating the map, let me just share with you a couple of basic components, basic information about the soil. As you know, soil is the basis for any production system. And that soil type dictates what to grow or not grow or in that area, in your pasture or other agricultural land. It also dictates the productivity of that area, water holding capacity of the soil in that area, the soil aeration capacity, and the nutrient content and the nutrient retention characteristics of the soil in that area. So this map, you can see the different component of soil. So the major component of the soil generally would be the mineral matter, which is 45%, and the air 25%, water 25%, and the organic matter 5% or below that. So depending on the soil condition, that all these different components may vary a little bit, but generally that's what our soil component should be. So soil is the entire world, like we just observe above the soil, the below surface. There are lots of different components working together and making the soil productive. So we are getting lots of the agricultural production and other production that are the basis of all the living beings in this world. So soil is like a living and life-giving natural resources. It's very, very important, and it is the basis of any living component existing in this earth, including human being. And microbes are one of the major components of the soil that may include the fungi, bacteria, protozoa, and there are different insects, earthworms, and nematodes. Minerals, organic matter, water, air, as we have already seen in the previous slide. And plant roots are a very important component of the soil. They produce glue, and that bind the soil particles together. And these plant roots also support for microbes. And the dead roots and exudate will be serving as the component of organic matter. So for developing pasture, we need to know different information associated with the soil. So such as soil depth, the slope of the land, the drainage status or capacity, the precipitation in the area, and temperature. Okay, because all of these will impact the productivity, pasture productivity of that area. Okay, so there is a web soil survey resource online available and free of cost for everyone. developed by Natural Resources Conservation Service of the US Department of Agriculture. So I will walk you through how to get this soil map for your pasture area. Okay, for that, let me just share another file from here. Let me go back. So here, when you go to your Google, when you open Google, and you can do the livestock communication, type it. Okay, so you can click in here, and over here in the search box, you can do web soil. So that will bring you here. You can just click in here, and it will walk you through obtaining the web soil survey report. You can click in here. Now it will bring you to this document, and you'll have to follow step-by-step procedure from here. So it has described what it is, and if this is the very first step, you can click in here, and then you see the start web soil survey. Okay, and then import. First of all, you have to put the address in here. So put your address. For me, I may just put the some address. All right, so it is showing the address over here, and you may, from around, you can just go and select your area. So you may scroll up, scroll down, and find your area. Okay, so you can just scroll through, up, down, left, right, anywhere. And what you have to do is, for example, this is your area somewhere. Let me just assume maybe this piece of area is your pasture area that you like to develop your pasture. So you have to just go and click. So select one of these rectangular area here. If your pasture is very regular, like rectangular shape or triangular shape or square, you can use this regular shape image over here. If it is irregular type of land, then you can go and select this, and this cursor comes, and you can just click in here and begin your borderline. So every corner of the borderline, again click, and then any bending you can do the another clicking, and pull this line. So if it is your area, you can double click right here with the enclosure. So that is the area selected for creating the map for your land. Okay, so after you select it, you can, this area has been selected, you can name your area. So your pasture, your new pasture, let me just give one name in here. Now after you do that, after you created your area, define your borderline, you give the name, and then you click in here, shopping cart free, click in there. So it will take just a couple of seconds depending on your internet speed. And then click checkout. So over here, get now, okay. Now you got the report. This is your report. So if you scroll up and down, Macon County, Alabama, and down there is the map, the area selected over here, you can see. And if you go scroll down, there's a lot of information given for that area. Here is the content of the report. And it is describing how that web soil survey, how soil surveys are made. All the description you can read. And it is talking about the soil map. Now this is the area with the soil type it has given, and this is the very good uniform area. You can see all this entire area has one type of soil. You see this the symbol, and here the small piece has a different symbol. That means this small piece has a different soil type than this big area. So if you go down, there's a lot of symbol used in the map, you can see. And if you see different symbol there, those are described below. Map legends. And if you see here for the bigger area, these CWD2 and UCE2, that is 1.1 acre, which is 97.6% of the entire map that was selected. And this is very small area, that is 2.4% of the map. It has not given anything into the in the acreage here, because that was a very small portion. And it is talking about the map unit and what that CWD2 soil type is. That was cohort, loamy sand, 5 to 15% slopes, and it was, that area was eroded. And map unit setting, it is talking about elevation, mean annual precipitation 40 to 60 inches, mean annual air temperature 59 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit, frost-free period 200 to 260 days, farmland classification. It is not prime farmland. And then map unit composition, you can see core and similar soil 85%, minor components 3%, and estimates are based on the observation, description, and transect of the map unit. That's how the NRCS used while developing the soil survey. Okay, so there are further description of core, the setting, the typical profile, properties, and qualities. And then down there, interpretive groups over here. So there is a lot of information. Also, it is giving the minor component of the soil. So another type, you see E2, that was the symbol presented in the map, if you remember from the map earlier in this report. UC core complex, 15 to 25% slopes, and it is also eroded. And you see there is a national map unit symbol is this, elevation 50 to 700 feet above the sea level. Mean annual precipitation, again 40 to 60 inches, and mean annual air temperature 59 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Frost-free period 200 to 260 days, and all different information you can see as seen for another type of soil earlier. Okay, so it has a lot of properties of the soil from that area, so you can create the map for your property, for your land, for your area where you would like to develop pasture, or where you have already developed the pasture, and accordingly you can design and plan what to plant, or whether you would like to use that area for developing pasture, or you may want to do something else in that land, depending on the quality of the land. So earlier I showed you how to do search in the Google, find the NRCS web soil survey site, and select your area where you would like to have the soil map, and give the name, download the report, and then just read the report. So that can be a very, very good information for your land, for your pasture land or any other land. And this should be the very first step if you are trying to develop, if you are planning to develop your pasture, and selecting the seed for the suitable forages accordingly. So if you would like to go directly, you can click in this link in here. That will bring you to the page in the document where that step-by-step procedure for obtaining the soil survey, NRCS web soil survey, is located there. Okay, so key point for developing the productive pasture, you need to know your soil before developing pasture or doing any farm or land planning, because that shows what kind of soil is in your property. So this is the very good resource. This NRCS web soil survey is a very good resource for finding the major soil characteristics, what kind of land is that, and other important characteristics of the soil. After you do that and you decide, like, I am going to plant for this kind of soil, I'm going to plant this kind of pasture seed, then you'll have to do the soil test, collect the soil samples, and then send it to the soil testing lab and find out the micro information about the soil, whether you need to add any nutrients, any lime, that kind of information you'll need to by doing the soil test. Okay, with that, I would like to end this presentation, and you'll see more presentation coming up. Thank you very much for watching this presentation, for watching this video. I hope you'll find this very useful.